It's Monday. I'd like to welcome you to my kitchen. My name's George Geary, and you've probably been watching me for almost 75 shows. We're doing the 75th show, I think it's Wednesday. But those of you that don't know me or haven't ever seen me before, where have you been? I am all over the place, and I've got a bunch of books out. And this Wednesday, I'll be on KTLA Los Angeles at the 11 o'clock hour. I teach around the country. What else do I do? Everything. In fact, some people, I had this aunt that would say, when are you going to get a 9-to-5 job? And I thought, I don't want one. I haven't worked for corporate since '93, and that was Disney. That was my last corporate. But I'd like to welcome you so much. And before I keep going, I have to welcome you. And we've got Neil behind the camera. That's all he gets to do. I don't know if we're going to do a drink this. I've got a drink scheduled, kind of. We'll figure it out. But Neil's going to stand on this side because Neil, on this side, you look like I'm like 5 feet taller than you. You know?
I'm short.
How short are you?
I'm 5'9.5".
Well, I'm 6'4". Well. But closer, you'd probably look better over here. So we'll bring you over on this side. If you ever watched that show Hometown from Laurel, Mississippi, it's on HGTV. He's 6'6" and she's like 5'2", and they put her on the box all the time and nobody realizes it. So it's those behind the scenes things. So anyway, like I said, we've got a phenomenal week. It's the 4th of July week on Saturday. I will be home. In fact, 4th of July, I will be doing a radio show with the Southern California restaurant show. That'll be, if you're in the Los Angeles area, you can see where that is, and I'll have it on my Facebook. And like I said, Wednesday's KTLA, and today we've got 2 items that are simple to do. But it's kind of good for a crowd. And corn is so fresh right now, and what I did is I took the corn off the cob, took about 3 cobs, and we're making Mexican street corn. And I've noticed a lot of restaurants are having it as appetizers now. And it's very expensive for what you get. And you can't go to the restaurants. I think they're going to start closing them back down because it's getting a little rough. So stay home, make this. So we've got corn, mayonnaise, and sour cream. We've got spices. Well, the spices are chili powder, garlic powder, and sea salt. All the recipes are on the website under the blog about an hour after I get everything online. So check that out. Then we have some cheese, and you could use kind of a crumbly cheese, but I use, and here's the bag. I have it in the bag because it's in a bag round circle, but I only use about half queso fresco. And sometimes it's not easy to find if you don't live in a Hispanic area. We in California have it. So just look for it in the dairy. It's normally close to the big blocks of cheddar cheese. And then we also have some Italian parsley chopped up. All we do, and we have a dish that we buttered, and it only takes about 30 minutes in the oven. So we will take our corn, and our sour cream, and our mayonnaise, and about half of the cheese, and all those spices that I mentioned. Blend that in. Yeah, I think, what's that place that has this? Oh, California Pizza Kitchen. Yeah, and I always get it because I think, it's so healthy. And then you see all the mayonnaise. But no, it's really not that bad compared to the fried stuff that I normally am doing. So you just moisten the corn kernels, and you gotta put this all in here. I probably could have used a smaller one. Yeah, that looks lost. Whoop. Let me do the smaller one. That's what's great about your own kitchen. You can, when I do things for the morning show, I have to make sure I take everything with me that I'm going to use. Normally I would have measured that corn, but this is only 16 ounces of corn, so that's only about 2 cups. Yeah, that looks much better. Don't you think, Neil?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's still a lot left in that bowl.
Well, and then the bowl has a little bit, and just a little bit. And then what we'll do is Now, make sure, yes. After it's baked, I put the rest of the cheese and a little bit of greenery on it. And this only takes about 35 minutes. So we'll be back and we're gonna make our sliders next. So while our corn is in the oven, I'm gonna make chicken bruschetta sliders. And sliders feed a lot. I only have one chicken breast here and it's gonna feed 3 to 4 people. And the sliders, we make the bruschetta, the Roma tomatoes first, then we put our chicken together, then we put our cheese and things like that. First, before I start, I like to, let me show you how I cut these. I'm just using those Hawaiian rolls, that King's Hawaiian bread. They come in 12. I'm only using half, so take this much of the knife and zigzag all the way around. Don't go straight through. You want to just do it this way, because you just zigzag, and then same way you do a cake. And then after you've done the whole thing around, now you're gonna go straight through it. Just so you have it all in one shot. Now, the best part of this, see, and you pull it apart, and there's your bread. Now, what I did on here is I toasted them just a little bit. Spray a little olive oil, put them in a pan, and there you go. So there is your slider buns. So we'll get back to that. And then after you've done it, then you can cut them. So we're gonna make our bruschetta with our tomatoes, balsamic vinegar, oil, olive oil. We've got garlic. Have all the garlic. We've got a little bit of garlic in here. Italian seasonings, and they're just the dry Italian blend. Salt, pepper. Use that again. Let me get a spoon. I thought I had one, but I didn't. I'm gonna blend that up. Now, if you have time, you let this sit for a little bit. If you don't, you can keep going, just like that. And the tomatoes pull some of that liquid up, which is nice. I'm gonna take a slotted spoon, just a spoon, and I pull that. Now we have our chicken that I told you it was only one chicken breast. So I take the one chicken breast and I flake it with 2 forks. All I did was, you can put it in the oven until it reaches 165 internal temperature, or a little bit of, I parboil it in water. Then we have balsamic vinegar and garlic there. And blend that together with some salt and pepper. Let's see how my salt and pepper. Just like that. So now we've got our chicken. We have our tomato. Here's our buns. And Neil, do you want to do a close-up? And we'll have, I just want to talk about this. Okay. Now, we've got the provolone and mozzarella cheese. So we're just gonna take, it only takes 2 things of cheese. Then we're gonna do mozzarella and the provolone. I'm gonna take little, instead of green lettuce, we're gonna use some basil or basil, depending on where you're from. And you don't have to chop it up, just leave it in large leaves, because we're gonna cut this into 6 servings. And do this on the board you're gonna serve it. So you've already got this board here, just like that. Then we're gonna take our chicken and put it on here. We don't want it to go all over the place too much. So now, and any of the little pieces, you pull them apart. And if it's not for the family, wear gloves. It's just for Neil and I. And I've already washed my hands 5 times. There's the rest of it. Now, see, 1 chicken breast, that is a lot. Smash it down. Now we have our tomatoes that were marinated. And I put probably about half of the tomatoes. I kind of went overboard when I was cutting tomatoes today. And I'll make sure everybody gets a tomato. And you've got those herbs and spices, just like that. Now, if you want, you can warm this up. I don't serve it warm, but if you want, you can wrap it in foil beforehand. And there is your top. Smash. And then you've got, whoop, you've got your 6 sliders. And so they don't fall apart, you can put, see, you're gonna put a toothpick in each one. Just like that, so they stay. And there is your chicken. And you could use turkey if you want. And you want to clean that board off just a little bit so it looks good. Whoa! As a few tomatoes are not wanting to be. There we go. And pack that in. Yeah, if you decide to heat it, what I would do is put the cheese on top, and I wouldn't cut it into the 6. I would put in a piece of foil, throw it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, and then everything will ooze out, and then put it together. But you can wrap it tight so it'll stay like that. You can make these ahead the morning of your 4th of July get together. So there's our sliders. We'll be back with our street corn when it comes out of the oven. Okay, our corn came out, and like I said, we've got half of that cheese left. So we're gonna decorate the top up. You can put these in ramekins too and cook that way. And then we've got a little of the parsley. Put that around. You gotta have some green. Right? Okay, so there's our Mexican street corn and our bruschetta chicken sandwiches. Neil's gonna do a close-up so you can see. And it was bubbling around the edges when I brought it out, so that's how you want it to be. And that cheese melts on top. Here's a Monday. Now, stay tuned every day this week, because Wednesday we're gonna have another cookbook giveaway. And Friday, I'm going to rerun one of my shows from 1994, I think, when I was up at Santa Monica on the pier with Mike and Maddie. And we all look so young, and I have dark hair. So we hope to see you this week. Take care, stay safe, wear your mask when you go out, and be good. See you soon. Thanks. Bye.